Hi guys, it's extremewirehead here, and I'm here for another round of S.L.A.I. I just hope the game doesn't break on me this time. So, last time we left off with me getting my license and everything, and that was all fun and all, but now I have to go to the next step wherein I basically either buy, rent, or create my own mech and everything that comes along with it. So, yeah, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get an AI, because Knocker's great and all, but he doesn't actually do crap for anything. So I don't know if I mentioned this already, but since you're piloting the machine from away from the from a computer remotely, the robot actually needs an AI to be able to handle some of the processes by itself. And this AI has personalities that you have to pick from. that's the nicest thing I can say. So we've got a hawk, a dog, cat, another bird. So all of these have their own strengths, and probably the most important thing from this entire list is if you take a look in the middle of the screen, the total skill. That means how many levels I can give them, and what basically their total capped ability will be. And I would suggest, I want to buy this one, but that costs quite a bit. Although I would say that if you're playing this game, you don't want to skimp out on buying a chip, because the better your chip, the better your overall performance, especially if you can get one that matches your playstyle. So let's go with the wolf, because he's the most expensive and he's got the highest level. Alright, so now we have our own chip, and of course we don't want to name him Wolf 2. Although I don't have much of a thing for names, so yeah, let's go with that. Now my new buddy Woofy. Yeah. And this is gonna be so awkward later on. So if we'll need to come back here when we take damage, because the chip's capabilities get hit as well, which is also very dangerous. They could actually die since they're the frontline pilots. So now that we have our chip, we need to come up with a robot, and not exactly the hardest thing to do, but it's very special that we need to go with a model that we like. So the choices right now are, well, they always are Kojima, Omsk, and Ventuno, I believe. Oh yeah, and the Zwerg, yes. And the special one for wherever you are in. Oh crap, that was crazy. So we have Kojima, which makes the ultralight proton, the Omsk, which makes the lightweight KHTs, the Karos, which is basically like normal everyday SVs, the Zwerg, which is heavy duty guys, and the ultra heavy Hartmans, which I don't really like them too much, but they do have their purpose. I am a speed person at heart, so I'll go with the Kojimas. As if I recall correctly, the past few times I played this game, I just kept picking Protons because I love the speed. The crazy speed that you get into in this game. So, you can get like an introduction to what kind of company they are and what they do, and we can buy a mech for ourselves. Usually I just go with this guy because he's cheap and capable, but let's take a look around. Okay. It's very hard to spot the difference, really. This guy's got missiles, that's got bombs, which I don't want to use, I would say. Let's take a look at this. Specs. There we go. So he's got an assault rifle, a sawed-off gun, missiles, and that's it. Okay, and he's got insurance for some reason. Hong Kong insurance. Wow. Okay. So this guy, on the other hand, comes with a machine pistol, 2 machine pistols, a missile, and a grenade. I'd rather go with the 2 machine pistols. That's just how I play. So yeah, let's go with this one. And then you have to put it into a yes. Do you want to lick this SV? Yes. Okay. So now that we have our gear, we just bought a base unit to play around with. Now we need to go, as I recall, to Edgeworks. No. Edgeworks is later when we really get into it. Lastly, we need to pass by the mechanist because we've got a bit of cash left over. We can try checking out if we can buy any new equipment or, you know, sell some crappy equipment for that matter. So as you would imagine, they're the people you talk to buy modifications for your, so like body parts, all sorts of body parts. You can mix and match different designs and fit them onto the needs of what you want to do. So most importantly, I would say, is the arm and shoulder, because those are your main weapons, and you know, you can't, I don't think you should skimp out on these. And I don't think I have enough money for any one of these, which is kind of sad since they're probably really good. Let's check the optional parts. The heat sensor, optical beams. We can grab some stocks. I'm not sure if that's such a great idea. Maybe not now. I'll think about it. Yeah. Not for now. We don't have the cash anyway. So let's just take a look at the machine itself. So as you might imagine, the SV hangar is where you can play around with all the parts that you've bought and modify your machine as necessary. So the assembly, these are the body parts that we've got. And what's the overall stats on this thing now? Okay, so I should probably change the name. The offensive average, basically how much damage I can pull out, total armor, total weight, max payload, max speed, jumping power. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And the what you probably need to know is the optical camo is 120 seconds and 40-second cooldown. I've got grenades, which I probably don't even want to use, and yeah, I think that's it. Besides the... seems okay. Just need to change the goddamn name because it's like, why would you want to drive that? Let's go with something different. Let's go with the mighty Thens. Okay, fine. That was a mistake, but let's go with it. Right. Okay, so now we can play around with the machine just to make sure, you know, we have the feel just right. And then it's time to rumble. But maybe for now, I think I'm just going to test out if it just feels the same way, because this is going to be very different. Oops. Okay. Oops. Alright, there we go. So and you know, basically it's really hard to talk while doing this though, now that I think about it. But basically it's all about the speed with this guy. And all the explosions. All the explosions. All the explosions. What is the... Oh, there we go. I keep forgetting. I should stop hitting when they've got like that. Okay, so basically just your everyday, really fast-moving machine. And, you know, it's not the greatest thing in the world just yet, but, you know, you start out with something like this, so you can't expect the greatest thing. And the whole point, of course, is the speed and how quickly I can move. And we can actually make it go even faster besides just buying new parts. There's actually something else we can try. And just to show off what this game is capable of, let's go take a look at one last thing. Oh, crap. Did I just go back? Man, it's been so long that I forgot the difference between X and circle in this game. Sorry about that. I can't leave. Alright, let's go back just to take a look around. And the last thing, of course, is the Edgeworks, which, if you thought about it differently, basically all we would be doing is just playing around with parts and putting them together, correct? But then, what if you wanted a bit more customization? That's what this part where this part comes in. It's where I can start playing around with, okay, do I want my, let's say my machine pistol, do I want it lighter or heavier? The lighter I can make it, the lower the overall weight. Power is also down, but I've got more shots, which in some cases you might want. Heavier, of course, is heavier, more armor, so it's less likely to break. Attack power is higher, but you get less shots, and overall it's probably, you get more DPS if it's heavier, but then the lighter one can last longer, and if you're very careful and really fast, it probably won't matter, and you could do some amazing things. So you can do all sorts of things here. I will want to make my body part, I believe, a little bit lower, or is it too expensive? Oh, it's too expensive. Sheesh. Sheesh. What about my leg parts? Just to play around a little bit. So the leg parts, it raises my max speed a little. Not by a lot. I would say that it's not really necessary at this point. But when you start rolling in the dough, you'll want to start messing with Edgeworks just to get a little bit more out of your parts and the combination of them. So you can do things like make your body heavier and your weapons. You can buy bigger weapons basically just because you have a higher tolerance for weight. Anyway, so that's basically everything that's important. Blood music is just choose amazing music in this game. Idle is just to change your persona, which is better than surgery because it's painless, and yeah, battle school and all the different stores. But otherwise, that's everything that you need to know when running around town, and all that's left is really to just go here and start rumbling and doing the fights and getting the cash and making some amazing things happen. But I think this little sneak peek into how to go about buying all the different things that you need is as far as this video needs to go. And maybe next week you'll start to see me playing, and we're gonna see how much I die and how much money we can somehow, and how far we can get in this story, because this story is gonna be really, really long. In any case, this is Extreme Wirehead, and thanks for watching. I hope that you come in for the next time I play SLAI, and let's make it a great one, because I really hate it at the start when you start losing money. You lose a lot of money. You lose a lot of money in this game, and it's gonna be very sad. In any case, Uh, Extreme Wirehead here signing out, and see you next week.